What's going on, guys? Well, you can hear Uber in the background. I am back on Come On Mountain. I have no more trips planned for the rest of the year, and as long as nothing happens like getting sick and stuff again, it's about to get busy here at the homestead. Right now we are currently still in dry season, but it won't be long before that river down the drive there starts flooding again. So I got some work to do. I'm waiting until Friday and we'll be cutting down all of these pine trees right here and the one over there by the well, so I can start the pump house to be able to get water ran to the cabin. So that right there will be starting next weekend. But this weekend I got to put a culvert in, and plus I got a bunch of low limbs and stuff all down my drive that has been scratching up my truck quite a bit as I drive by, and it's only getting worse. So I got a brand new pole saw about a month and a half ago and have not had time to do this. But today's that day. I'm tired of my truck getting scratched up, and I'm ready to get some work in here on Come On Mountain. It's been way too long. I am sorry for all the vlogs that I've been giving you guys, but between being sick for 16 days and then going straight on the road for 8 days on a whole southeast tour, all the way to Florida and back to Mississippi and back to Arkansas, I have vlogged y'all guys out. I'm sorry, but now I'm about to flood you guys with some work videos, so let's get it in. All right, guys, we made it down here. It's time to get the pole saw off the tractor, get it gassed up, and try it out, see how it's gonna work. Now, when I told you it was brand new, I mean it's brand new. The main thing I'm concentrating on today is getting all the limbs that are hanging up high and going down. I will get some of the stuff on the side with the tractor, kind of push it out of the road, but right now it's all about those branches that I ain't been able to get to with my chainsaw. I think this pole saw will work pretty good. It is a Toro, which isn't too bad. It definitely ain't top of the line like Husqvarna, Echo, something like that skill, but it'll do the trick. All right, whew, it's hot out here. Well, we got most of the real thick spot cut down. Look at that. Definitely opens up the sky a lot more. All the way down. We got branches down everywhere, all the way past the tractor there. Now we're gonna take the grapple and we're gonna scoop all of this up and then put it in the wood somewhere. That way it can kind of decay and kind of return itself back to nature, turn into some nutrients for the ground. And then we'll move our way past the river and go ahead and do that last stretch all the way up to the homestead right here. I do believe that this section right here is by far the thickest. So hopefully we're on the down stretch and then we can get that culvert in the ground. Whew, let's get it.
Tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look back. But hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad? Come on now, mama, ain't nothing here so bad. You got fast cars, movie stars, party on down the street with Mary Jane, good cocaine, plenty down there to eat. You can double down, throw some dice, you can take off now, don't think twice. But hey, don't you wanna play? Baby, come on. Tell me where you wanna go. But baby, I don't work down there anymore. No, I don't. Get back, get on track, jump on, ride this thing. Double down, roll the dice, take off now, don't think twice. Hey, don't you wanna play?
All right, guys, that ended up being quite a bit bigger project than what I was expecting. It actually took me 4 hours to trim all the branches and push the trees out of the drive all the way up there. I have a very long driveway. It's about 1/4 of a mile, and there was quite a bit of stuff in there. So But we got it. I don't have to worry about my truck getting scratched up anymore. And now it's time to go to the end of the drive again, grab that culvert, bring it back up there where it's going to be put in place, and then start digging. I don't know if I'm actually going to get it done today or not, because it's about 4:30 right now. I got done with the branches about 3:30, had lunch, about an hour there, and also went ahead and put out a Come On Keeping It Real, so go check that out. And now it's time to get back at it, but it should be close, but I think I can get it done tonight. Maximize your time. It's been a beautiful day though, beautiful. First thing I need to do, I need to get some of this paint. And I also lost a Carter key on the tractor, so I need to get another Carter key for the backhoe, because I had to steal one off the leg of the backhoe for the grapple, because the grapple was what I was using at the time. Can never have enough of these. All right, let's head back to the end of the driveway and let's grab that culvert, drag it up the hill to where it's gonna go. I'm gonna use the paint right here to mark out where I gotta dig, and then it ain't nothing to it but to do it. Come on. All right, guys, we got the culvert up here. If I wouldn't have trimmed all those trees, there ain't no way I'd have been able to get that culvert up that driveway. The driveway is not real wide, and that culvert's probably about 25 foot to 30 foot long. So it was a little tricky. I had to get creative with my rigging. I had to rig it heavy on one end so it would kind of set like this. That way I could keep it and keep it right there beside the tire of the front of the tractor. I went ahead and laid it in place and went ahead and used some marking paint and marked it right here. Now, if you can tell, I don't know how good the camera is going to show it or not, but there is actually a little trench that goes right here. Maybe it'd be a little better if I get over here. But you can see the trench that goes right down into the creek right there. So ideally, what I want to do is put the culvert at an angle right here. Right here is where all the water rushes from an old logging road up the hill right there. All the water comes down there and rushes, and normally it runs right down this road right here and just washes this whole road out right here real bad. So this right here will allow all the water coming right here to go across the street, and I will dig out that little trench a little bit more to the creek right there, and it'll all allow it to dump right back into the creek. I will end up adding some rock right here and some rock right there so it doesn't erode and stuff. We'll actually get that from the creek bottom. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to dig this out tonight. The sun's already set and it took a little bit longer to get it up here than I wanted. And I still got to go to Walmart tonight, so I don't need to dig a big old hole across here where I can't get my truck. So I'll see you guys in the morning and we'll get this sucker installed. Good morning, guys. Well, I ended up going to Walmart last night like I planned. Got some stuff there for the cabin, some groceries for the week. But it's the next morning and it's time to get at it. I already got Uber down here and set up. As you can see right here is the line that we made for the culvert. I got my bucket lined up perfectly with it. I'm going to go all the way back to about right there and start digging. And I'm going to come all the way across the road and dig out there. Now on each end, I'm going to dig out a little bit more of a round kind of hole there, so I can bring some rock in from the creek bed right there, put down. So whenever the water's rushing out of that pipe right there, it's not causing erosion and stuff and starts eating out this area where I end up having bigger problems later on down the road. But we're not going to do a whole lot of jibber jabbering this morning. We're going to go ahead and get with it and make it happen, because it's only about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's nice and cool this morning, so it feels real good, and I want to get this part done before it gets hot. But I got another project that I'm going to start on, and I'll be bringing you that video later on this week as well. So got a lot of stuff going on here at the cabin. I'm excited to be back at it. Come on.
Nikki at home.
that was a lot of rock. A lot of big rocks too, boy. I don't know what I would do without Uber. She is a bad, bad, bad girl. Let's check out the trench. I got it a little deep. It's got a couple little divots and stuff in there. My plan is to put the culvert in there and then use some of these rocks to kind of give it a gradual down slope. And then I'll fill in all the dirt and rock around it, pack it in. I am going to end up having to dig this section out right here some more, all the way to the creek, because I'm so much lower. I decided to go about a foot below the actual grade with the culvert, just to give it a little bit more bite for whenever heavier vehicles and stuff are going across there. So I'm going to have to get it filled in, drive across here, come over there, back the tractor in, and go ahead and dig it out deep all the way there. That sun is already kicking today. It's kicking like Van Damme up in here. But this is a nice little shaded area that I'm working in right here, so it hasn't been too bad. Enough of the jibber jabber. Let's make it happen. Come on. All right, well, that wasn't too bad. Old Uber made quick work of that. I love having this tractor. It definitely makes my life a whole lot easier. Let me show you guys something. This right here is an endless strap. And that right there is one of the most handy things to have on a job site, a homestead, anything like that. It makes life so much easier. You can just choke it pretty much, hook it up to the forks, pick it up, and it's easy to take off. I use these all the time whenever I have my steel company. It just makes life easy. Definitely an essential thing to have whenever you're doing homesteading or off grid. It's also good to have regular straps as well, but I really like these endless straps. I probably use this right here more than any other strap on the homestead. Let's take a look at the culvert. I ended up having to put a rock right here just to raise it up a little bit, but it gave it a decent little slope all the way down towards the creek right there. So now I back the tractor up. I'm gonna set the backhoe up, and I'm just gonna rake dirt in here slowly and make sure it gets up underneath there so it doesn't end up with some kind of belly. And then once I get it in there, I'll run over it a couple of times, pack it down a little bit, and then I'm gonna back right up there and start digging out on my way to the creek. Right here, I've already got a little bit of hole high or below the culvert right there. I'm going to dig this section out a little bit more and fill it up with rock right there level with the culvert. That way when water's rushing down here like this, it has a place to pull up a little bit before it hits the culvert right there and starts eroding and washing it out. And I'm going to do the same thing on that end whenever I get it there. But we're making progress this morning. It's exciting to see this in, because this right here is going to keep the part of the road after the creek from washing out. So it's one step closer to getting this road fixed. We still got a long ways to go. Still got to build a bridge down there and bring in a ton of shell and rock. Hey, but this is a step in the right direction. All right, let's get after it. I just ran over my drone with the tractor. Well, not the actual drone, but the controller, the batteries, the charger. Look at this. Put a hole right through the bag. Whew. I think I got away lucky though if I clean it. I don't know though. That button right there is stuck. Nope. Well, this turned into an expensive project. Looks like I'm gonna have to get another controller for my drone. That is unfortunate. Oh well, I guess it is what it is. I did not even see it. It was kind of high in the grass right there, and I was back dragging. Woosah, woosah. But it is what it is. I need to go up to the house, change out the batteries, and I need to take this grapple off and put the bucket on so I can smooth this out some. And then I'll come back here. We'll finish it up. We'll finish up digging out all the way to the creek and dig out the little puddle area over here. This is definitely not the way I wanted to start my morning. Ugh. All right, I'm back. Well, that was a good lunch. I went ahead and decided I'm gonna leave the grapple on the front of it. I have another project right after this that I'm gonna start, and I need the grapple. And I can honestly use the grapple to kind of level this out good enough. And I still plan on getting a bunch of rocks out of the creek bed and from around the property for the fire pit area. So I'll be putting the bucket on whenever I do that. We're not supposed to get any significant kind of rain that should cause any problems anytime this week, which will give me time to get the project that I need to get done with the grapple done. And then when I put the bucket on, I will actually put the rock right here and also on this side. I went ahead and straddled the hole for right now so I can go ahead and dig out deeper so it'll fall down into the creek a little bit better. So let's get it started. It's hot out here and the day is getting away from me, and I still got to edit this video and get it out to you guys. So let's get this thing started.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5, happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, I'm trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list, girl, you can skip.
It's a hot one today, guys, but I think we got it, minus the rock, of course. But I put a little bit of stone right here just so somebody that comes by that don't know that the edge is right here, I'll end up putting more before it's over. But I dug it out right here all the way to the creek. I got this somewhat level. I'm gonna drive on it for a little while, and then I'm ended up bringing some dirt in here, probably some crush, and or they call it here in Arkansas, shell. Bring it, level it across there, raise it up a little bit. Over here, I also got it done there. There is a little bit of dirt in the pipe right there. I actually got it dug below here, and I'm gonna put rock in there. That way it's got a place to settle before it starts going through the pipe. Right now, it's all theory. I have no idea how it's going to turn out till it rains and I see it flowing, but it should work. I might have to dig this out right here just a little bit more to give it more of a downward slope. We'll see after the first rain of how it acts, but it ain't that big of a deal. I'll get the backhoe back in there because that section right there had a ton of rocks in it, a ton. But I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. It's probably about 5 o'clock. I've been working on this drive now for 2 days, trimming all the branches, getting this culvert put in. I was hoping I could get it done in about a day, but this driveway is, whew, I don't think the camera does it any justice of how long this driveway is. It's at least 1/4 of a mile. And there was a ton of branches that I had to trim and stuff. So that pretty much took all day yesterday. And this digging was tough digging with all the rock and stuff, even with the backhoe. So, but hey, we got it in. We accomplished something this weekend. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have not liked and subscribed yet, make sure that you do, because we got a bunch of projects coming up here on the homestead. Now that I'm done traveling for a while, we're gonna get it in, guys. So until we see each other again, hey, come on, let's go on another adventure.